Hello, it's me again, the buyer, and we're back in our luxury campaign and now testing the second generation of the Godwit. The Godwit has the 1.5 liter V6 turbo from F1, just detuned for road use and producing about 350 horsepower. And also the rest of the car is very much technology focused and really helping us to learn about new stuff like ABS, like air suspension. So this will bring the whole company forward. So let's do some track testing and see how it drives. We have arrived now in the mid-80s and the company is doing good, I cannot complain. We're making progress basically in every single aspect. The only thing that's missing is that we don't have anything targeting off-road and you could say also delivery markets. And the other thing is that we claim to provide luxury for the masses, but so far nobody can really afford the car, or only 1 or 2% of the people in the world can actually afford the cars. So one of these things will be easier to fix, that will be the off-road vehicle, which we will do in this episode. And the other thing will be a bit harder, because we would A, give up our margins, or B, need to invest a lot of money to expand our production so that we can afford to reduce the margins. So it will take a bit more time. Maybe we can provide cars to 10% of the people in the world by the end of this let's play. I'm trying to do my best. Regarding automation, currently the open beta for the Ellisbury update with the big emissions stuff is already available in open beta by the time of recording. Still sticking to the default branch and hope that the default branch or the 4.2 branch will be available for a bit longer so I have time to finish this. And I would say as long as we arrive in 2010, then we can let it run to the end to get a proper score on this playthrough. So while we see that the second generation Godwit is driving like it looks, challenging, sporty, but somewhat drivable, let's try to not waste any more time and get on with our playthrough. See you in the office. Alright, there we are. We are making good profit as of now and the F1 car needs another update. The rest is currently still working. Bramble is also on the list soon. The old Godwit will be replaced soon. The old Claris will be replaced soon. Still have a bit of pre-orders which will be released once it's being released from its factory. But as I said, let's make our new model line first, and that will be called the Avon, like one of the rivers in the Great Lakes area of Kashmir. So let's get started. So budget wise, utility sport luxury is good, off-road premium is good, utility premiums, utility sport premium as well. And yeah, damn, the delivery markets are huge, and also the fleet stuff. So the next Bramble will definitely need to focus on the family markets. Even with our awareness, we have lots of people available there, and the next Bramble can really expand. Yeah, but now let's go into utility. I target the first trim to be the luxury model, and the other trims then can focus on the lower priced markets. So for the chassis setup, I go for something a bit unconventional. I'm still not sure about the panel material. I might also go for partial aluminium. Chassis type, light truck monocoque, maybe. And yeah, the front suspension here, I don't want to go full solid axles, so I go for McPherson, which are better for off-road, and also for load capacity, which goes into utility basically. Rear, I go for solid axle coil. And let's hope it doesn't tank comfort too much. And yeah, I will revisit this later. For the engine, I typically create separate engines per model, just so that I don't have to worry about timing the updates and facelifts between different models, and that I don't lose any production and profits in the meantime. So my hope would be that we can work with the old Godwit engine. So let's take a look how this actually works. So this is from 1968. It's not too old. It's huge and it's aluminium, and yeah, I would like to have more valves, of course, so maybe we make a new family there. And it doesn't have to be 8 liters, I think 6 liters would be more than enough. We could also go for a V10 here, but I don't have a lot of familiarity. I would love something like this, but we have so much more familiarity there. 39%. I'll try the V10, maybe it works out. At least we already have some quality here to reduce the engineering time, so we should be down from 60 already to 38, so I go for no quality here. So I go for quite long stroke here, and this will not be a rever. Do we want to turbocharge it? 300 horsepower is a little bit not enough. Then of course our con rods and everything does not hold up. So the engine factory will be expensive again? Okay. The 500 horsepower range is pretty good, I think. Yeah, I think this will do. 500 horsepower, 6 liter V10. And let's head into the design. So that's basically it. It's maybe a bit bland, but at least it's mighty. So let's move on with this one. Still need to fix the wheel alignment, of course. So this will be our pickup version. I will also do a closed cab and see what else we can do. This will also be our first all-wheel drive car. And I think here it also makes sense to go for advanced automatic. Somehow the front wheels don't want to be wider than 255, even though there's enough space. Now it updated after wiggling with the slider. So the first draft is done. I am not very familiar with off-road builds and utility builds, so I have to tweak this a bit more than other cars, I guess. Utility Sport Luxury says desired body SUV, so this is not the best way to go forward with the ultimate version. Let me check again our budgets. So the Utility Premium would like to have a Ute, and there are a lot more people in there than in Utility Sport Luxury. So maybe we retarget this one as utility version and then have another one as the Utility Sport, which will get the closed cab. And now for some tweaking. So I have the feeling the light truck monocoque is basically only better in off-road slightly, and reliability, don't know why in safety, maybe just because it's heavier, and it's a bit better on engineering time. So maybe I rather go for monocoque and have a better prestige, better comfort, better stats overall, and it also contributes to the familiarity gain we need to have. The partial aluminium is probably not really worth it in this case. Don't know why we get a better utility score. Prestige is higher. It's a bit lighter, but it's also more expensive. You could argue that it could make sense. Aluminium would be nice as well, but I don't want to have the limited production marker. So I'll go for the medium ground, partial aluminium. Alright, that's one thing. Here I think I already did what's important. 4x4 would be a bit better for off-road, but here I want to stick with all-wheel drive because it will be better all across the board, and also this is something that also fits better the passenger car market, and I want to gain familiarity there. The top speed I will limit to 250. Yeah, it's not going faster anyway. This looks like the perfect split for drivability as of now. So it looks like all-terrain is the best one for this. And brakes will definitely be an issue. Can almost slow it down. 42 meters is fine for this 2.1 ton monster. Yeah, I think I cannot afford handmade for this one. Luxury makes a bit more sense, but we can pump it full of quality. It says Tayo with this too much. I think it's fine. Let's reduce it a bit. Should also help with the cost, which is skyrocketing. I think I cannot go any lower than that, else it will look silly. But now I can slow it down, yes. And I think this one doesn't need the off-road skid tray. Just a ute. And it's so much lighter then. Also, hydraulic ball versus hydraulic rack and pinion is pretty clear. To go for the rack and pinion. Can also make this a bit lower. This is not our off-road focus. It's actually a bit better when it's higher. I think we should be pretty good with this one. It says load capacity is low. Now I fixed that one. And now for the closed cab version. So this one either goes into off-road premium and stuff or utility sport premium. I think we will cover the other ones easily if we go for utility sport premium. Then it will also be cheaper and will be able to cater to the off-road markets better. And only because of that reason I also put chunky off-road tires on it. So that we have a nice separation also from the tire perspective. And this one therefore will also get the off-road skid tray. And here we're pretty limited in our choices, but I can put more seats into it. We just get more practicality, just off-road premium, that's tanking a bit. And the rest likes it. Now also we get into all this family stuff because they need at least 5 seats and I never had 5 seats so far. Is that the perfect family car? 6 liter V10? Oh yes. It's a good one. And one thing I would like to try out, I don't know if we will keep it, but delivery. We have a closed panel van here available. And I just want to try it out how stupid it is and if we could make it happen or not. What a van. Hello. It's bad, but somehow it works. I probably need to say that this is probably a heavy delivery, even though it scores better than in delivery. Let's go for delivery then. Anything I choose doesn't make any difference. It's so bad. Let's make it more efficient without the skid tray. Yeah, this needs to stay the same. They just love the hydropneumatic, but the delivery people, I don't think they have the budget. No, I think here I definitely need to go for progressive springs. It's a good thing that they don't value practicality, because it's pretty impractical to load your stuff into this. Okay, that's our van. And now it's really interesting because we have huge markets at our feet. How large do the factories need to be? Oh, engineering time is pretty nice. I wouldn't have expected that. Should we just go for 5.5 years? Engine is worse because we just made less engines over the time. Let's go with this. And I definitely need a new factory for this one. Let's see if I can afford this. This is brutal. Just 4,000 engines. I would have a medium factory for the Godwit available, but that's not large enough. We need more cars. So in the larger factories, I think it really makes sense to go for some of these additions. So here, reduction in material costs, higher production output is, I think, very powerful. And slower wear on factory buildings and tooling is also so powerful once you upgrade your tooling or do a facelift. I still have the limited production flag for the luxury interior, of course. Quite a large factory here, and it will be so expensive. Engine factory is overworked, so we need a bigger engine factory. The 2 will do. And now my forecaster. Even without the factory, it does not really seem to produce any value. Yeah, I need to refocus the van for heavy delivery, and that's definitely sure, because the rest just does not have any budget. And I think we are just a bit on the expensive side. I don't know why we are not selling enough cars. I also don't want to go into medium factory here. Margins are bad because these cars are so expensive. I'm wondering if I just need to kill the van. But people would like to buy the van. That's the problem. I need to invest a bit more in automation and tooling, I guess, to get our margins up. Actually, it's so expensive to tool them that a lower setting here is better. So I improved my margin with QA testing, add-on and stuff facilities. And I think I don't have to worry about overworking the engine factory, because we don't sell any cars anyway. Let's try to optimize the cost of the engine. Engine material is just very much... Yeah, maybe I eliminate the turbocharger, at least from the delivery engine. I think that would be a good idea. And it will be so much cheaper. And I go for 7 years now. Oh damn, this is so expensive. Alright, let's retune this then for the smaller engine. Still scoring well. Can get away with a bit less of everything, I guess. Materials are pretty bad. Yeah, the partial aluminium of course also doesn't help, and it's just huge. And here I can reduce interior quality. $72 months as well. Alright, so this now needs to work somehow. Margins are pretty bad, for my company at least. Let's try to go with this. Hardly earn anything with the van, but everybody will fund me. That's good. The interest cost per month is a bit high. I aim for about 40 million. I might need to reduce my spending in research and stuff. I will only fund 75% of this project, or 70%, let's say. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Repay in 80 months. Okay, let's save. This will be quite exciting if this earns anything at all. So let's see. I thought this project would be better, but as always I went a bit overboard on the engine. So V10 5 liter is probably not the best for all of those markets. V8 would already be a lot better. Delivery is not a V10 market. Okay, that's the one thing done. Now what I want to do is upgrade the F1 car on the 1986 spec. So the second to last update we will do for this one. And then let's get going. Most importantly, we will do an engine update, of course. And let's see if we can hit the 750 horsepower mark or something like that. $770, final word. And I won't do anything about the car. I would rather not update what's going on here. It looks like I have to. Godwit can stay the same. Racing contract only needs to build the new version. 20 million again for 2 seasons, that's alright. And it will be done before the new Godwit, so they will also save with regards to the engine factory. And then maybe we stop even with the update. We can race it for 2 seasons and then... Okay, 1988 would be the last season, but then the Godwit is already in production and I don't want to have to do a facelift for the engine at that point. So maybe let's stop then. So, what's going to happen within the next 2 years? Not too much, I believe. Let's just get going. Let's go to 1986. The Bramble's design is 15 years old by then, and I think it makes sense to really focus on a new one then in 1986. I'm still collecting a bit of money and I want to have a bit of a cushion for the Avon, and it's already selling, which is nice. The economy is not doing us a favor here, and we had a quality issue, significant, so let's just do a full recall. Half of the year has passed, so let's do a quick check what's going on. Godwit also has nice pre-orders already. Cleris is holding up nicely. Winley also doing good. We are waiting for the facelift. And for the Bramble we have issues fulfilling our pre-orders, which is a good sign. So let's see if we can do anything about production. It's already maxed out. Yeah, I'm not adding another factory now. I could raise the margins a bit. Let me do that. Old Godwit also doing okay, still losing us a bit of money, but the Cleris is irrelevant. Let's check our factories. Everything somewhat in good condition. Godwit 2 is currently still being built. The Winley is giving up, but this one is already being solved. Okay, so we're alright. It is 1985 now and the economy is really tanking now. Not the best moment, but at least the Bramble is bringing us more money and we are slowly selling off the pre-orders now because the economy is so bad. I don't have to care about this, and I think I need to stop production. I have too many F1 cars in stock. Forgot about this. No taxes next month, which is really nice. The Lure has a leaded fuel ban, but the Lure is not yet available to us. And also leaded fuel ban in Ghana, also not yet available to us. In 1990 I will have to have the facelifts planned or start to schedule the facelifts for entering the Lure. That will be a big one. And economy is recovering. Hopefully it's not a dead cat's bounce. Score is rising nicely. 5,000 points per month, roughly. Okay, it's 1986 now. Things are looking alright. I still am scared to spend more money as of now. Our research and marketing budgets are huge anyway. So, as I said, we won't do another one for the F1 engine. It's 1986 now. I wanted to start with the next generation Bramble, but rather I'd finish the Godwit and then start with the Bramble, so that we spread our engineering projects out a little bit more. So let's get going. The old Godwit now really is collecting stock, so I need to have an eye on that and kill the production very soon. Especially as it is losing us money anyway. And economy is going through the roof now. So I can now stop production of the Godwit. And we will have the Windley release and the Godwit release very soon. How's the Windley doing, by the way? We don't have too much stock. Godwit pre-orders are excellent. Oh, look at this boom. Okay, higher factory refresh costs, yeah, 50 million. I have that on hand. And even more. Pay from cash. The Windley just sold too good. Even had some pre-orders left for this city car. Windley is now complete. Looking forward to see the update. Bramble factory is being overworked. Yeah, I really need to get started on that one soon. Also with another facelift, maybe first for the old Bramble and then the new one. Look at this economy. And the new Windley is selling nicely, really nicely. Barely can cover our pre-orders. Sell the remaining one car for scrap. And it's 1987. The Godwit is released. The old Godwit has 2 more cars, which I sell for scrap. And the old Clearest still has not been cleared. There's still a remaining factory. Let me clear that one out. I do that in the last month. I want one more tick so that I see how the Godwit does. Alright, Godwit now really is earning us money. Nice. And I also need to stop. I have 136 F1 cars. So that should last until 1989. Alright, so let's do some cleaning up and take a look at our status. So I need to clean up the Claris from its factory, and I want to clean out the F1. So the old Claris is in this workshop. So I clear this one out. Alone. No project. The F1 car. No project. Excellent. Now this one. The racing contract can be cleared. The V16 project is still active. That should be the one for the Claris 2. I think the rest is clear then. Okay, that's the one thing. And now, quick status update. The Avon is already being pre-ordered like crazy, even though it's still 3 years away. Also the van. Our Godwit is at the limit of what we can produce. So doing really good. Not contributing a lot because it is quite expensive. It is full of technology. But it helped us learn those technologies. F1 car will be cleared. Claris 2 still has some stock. So the economy boom will now contribute that we can actually sell off all those cars. We're very much on the expensive side. So really just covering the luxury stuff, which is what I intended. The Windley got its facelift and is either too cheap or we don't produce enough. And we're at the limit here as well, so we should produce more of those in the future. For now I can raise the margin. And the bramble got a lot more pre-orders as well, so I can raise the margin here. Let me check if I need to clear the godwit also from a factory. Yes, I need to clear that one. Alright, and then I think we are done. Let's take a look at our markets. Company bubble still is very much luxury focused. Dealerships are very happy in those markets, but just not yet in the other ones. We are just too expensive for them to be really happy. The awareness is top notch, and we still need to gain in the mass markets, definitely. Sales data, actually we are pretty strong in the family market, so the bramble probably contributes here. 1000 to the family market, for example. A few changes. I think the overall market share in those mass markets has gone up quite a bit already, and we will work on that in the future. If we take a look at the untapped revenue, we definitely see that the family market, the commuter market, is what could contribute quite a lot more. And this will be tackled in the next episode, where we will get a new bramble going. Looking forward to that, really mass production stuff. Again, a bit more reasonable stuff as well with an inline 6 engine. I will stick to that or make a new version of that. And then let's try to really get into the mass market there. After that, the Winley will be updated. So really the next step is our big mass market push. I'm looking forward to that and hope to see you all there again. Thank you everybody for watching, and bye bye.